Good morning. I am Dr. Jacintha Josephine Julie. Today I am going to focus on developmental stages of human life cycle. In this slide, we will focus on the different changes resulted from growth, development and degeneration. Because human life undergoes changes from conception to the till death. So human life is never static. From the moment of the conception to death, the man is undergoing various changes. These changes result from growth, development and degeneration of physiological process and psychological process. Usually, growth refers to the quantitative changes, whereas development refers to the both qualitative and quantitative changes. And this degeneration refers to the destruction of the body cells, that is gradual decline in the body system like nervous, cardiovascular, respiratory and so on. As we have stated above, human development occurs in successive and has each stages which characterized by physical and psychological levels. Developmental stages have been divided from conception to death, that is prenatal, infancy, childhood, late childhood, puberty, adolescence, early adulthood, middle adulthood and late adulthood. Let's see one by one. First, we'll begin with the prenatal. The time where development of embryo and fetus occurs is known as prenatal period. After implantation, the egg begins to divide and it is known as embryo. By 8th weeks, the human shape can be recognized and embryo becomes fetus. Usually, infancy covers first 2 years after birth and marks transition from the womb to outside environment. The period from 2 weeks is referred as neonate. By 3 months of age, it learns to smile and shows emotional response, maturation and learning together in the development of muscle control. And by 6 months of age, it sits alone and discovers how to roll over. And later, by 8 months, it can sit alone and walk with or without support. During this stage, the child starts speaking by using simple words. Also, cognitive development takes place. And in this stage, we should focus that the prolonged separation from the mother or from a primary caregiver leads to psychological problems. And maternal sensitivity or maternal stress and responsiveness are main determinants of sources of attachment. Such secure bond helps the child to develop curiosity, ability to interact with peers, coping with failures and situations. Whereas in the absence of adequate parenting and healthy environment leads to unhealthy development of infants. So this is the crucial stage in the human life, whereas the psychological care and support should be realized, experienced by the infants. And now we'll focus on the childhood. It is divided into early childhood starting from 2 to 6 years and then late childhood, that is from 6 to 12 years. In this stage, child seeks control over environment and learn to make social adjustment. It is the period of imagination, language development and thinking capacity. They learn social rules, how to avoid punishments. Then children develop close relationship with parents and teachers. They develop sense of morality and adapting the interaction, imitation learning. And now let's focus on the late childhood. This is the stage where sexual maturity occurs and adolescence begins. Major development like socialization, friendship, self-centered thoughts, conceptual skill and logical thinking, motor coordination, and muscle strength enable the children to write fluently and draw artistically. So this is the stage they identify who they are. Now we focus on puberty. It is the overlapping of 2 years from the end of childhood and 2 years from beginning of adolescence. This period is extended from 11 to 15 in girls and 12 to 16 years in boys. Changes in body proportions and primary or secondary sexual characteristics of behavioral changes also occurs in this stage. So this stage is divided into three, that is early adolescence, middle adolescence and late adolescence. Early adolescence extends from 12 to 14 age, that is changes in physical, attitudinal and behavioral areas, and boys and girls begin to criticize family habits and question previously accepted family values. A new awareness about sexuality arose and may lead to increased interest in opposite sex. And next comes the middle adolescence. This is extends from 14 to 17 years. They identify highly influenced of group style and sexual behavior, making romantic relationships more complicated and involve in risk-taking behavior too. And next comes the late adolescence. This is extended between 17 to 20 years, in which well-adjusted adolescents can be comfortable with current choice of activities, hobbies and friendship, and primary secondary sexual characteristics develop. Cognitive changes occurs from concrete thinking to abstract thinking, and peer influences are powerful and can be fostered. Social interaction and stability in friendships are happening at this stage. Also, the poor adjusted adolescents become unhappy, worried, problematic. They get suicidal thoughts, alcohol intake, drug addiction, gang activities. So this is the stage the healthy supports should be given by the adults and they should be accepted. The adolescent stage is very much important in shaping and formation of their remaining life. So it is very important to know the changes which are taking place in the life in this stage. Now we have moved into the last stage, that is adulthood stage. Adulthood is the longest phase and we divided into early adulthood, middle and late adulthood. Early adulthood extends from 18 to 20 years and this is characterized by picking biological development, seriousness, taking responsibilities, and usually this is the phase the adults they used to take a decision on their career, life mate and develop the intimacy to become spouse. It is the time for commitment, dependency, creativity, value changes, adjustment towards job, marriage, parenthood, and family life. And next comes middle adulthood. This is the period extends between 40 to 60 years, and this is the duration is called as golden age of adulthood. And next comes the late adulthood. Late adulthood is also considered as a second childhood. So this is extends from 60 years onwards. Aging body becomes a central concern because of altered physical appearance, increased incidence of physical illness, and diminished capacity of sensory process. Aging means aging of cells. Uh, that is several memory loss, decline in intellectual functioning, and diet and exercise play a major role in older people. So, reduced body weight, decreased intake of food, limited intake of cholesterol. These are some of the changes which are happening during adulthood. So far, we have seen about the stages of life, that is from conception to late adulthood. We have seen. I hope it is useful to you. Thank you for listening.